Good morning. It is Friday, May 15th, and I'm going to tell you that the Holy Spirit has been so thick in this car as I've been praying. He has just confirmed to me how much He loves you, how much He wants you to have the power and authority and walk in the power of His love every day. You know, today the Holy Spirit's made it clear to me that He wants to talk to you about your relationship to your shell, your perspective on your body and on your appearance. And He wants to break off some of the lies and the deceptions that the enemy has, caused you to fall into. You know, we want to let the Holy Spirit confront us today, and we need to ask forgiveness if we have a perspective on our shell that has been wrong or we have fallen into deception. You know, the relationship that you have to your body, to your shell, is very important, and it has to do with walking in the power and the authority that Christ has for you. Some believers believe that it's okay to be critical and make fun of your body, criticize your shell and be derogatory about it. You know, many times people do this because they're fearful of falling into vanity. And vanity is a trap as well in our culture, an over obsession with your body, over obsession with your looks, over dependence on those things. But I find that most believers don't really have a problem with vanity, but they have a problem with rejecting their bodies and a lot of times ignoring their bodies or feeling like it's unimportant to manage and steward the shell, the body, the temple that the Holy Spirit has given to you. And it is important for us not to reject our bodies, not to compare our bodies, and not to abuse our bodies. A lot of times the greatest abuse is the way we talk about our bodies or to ourselves privately. And the truth is this is a seedbed of the enemy to create depression, to create self-rejection, to create discontent, and to, produce an inability to love. An inability to love. Can you believe that? Yes. Because Mark chapter 12, verse 31, the second greatest commandment says that you love your neighbor as yourself. And it's not just, your spiritual self, but your holistic self. Body, mind, soul, and spirit. The Lord wants us to have a shalom with every part of our being, body, mind, soul, and spirit. And there is a thwarting of our love for others when we have a problem with loving ourselves. And today the Holy Spirit wants to renew your mind. Romans 12, verse 1 and 2 says, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. To renew your mind about how you think about your shell and how you talk about it. We need to destroy the cultural mindset that we have been given, the worldly mindset of that beauty has to be a certain way and that we can only be acceptable, or we compare ourselves as the world compares themselves. You know what? That is not who we are as believers. And we have to destroy that insidious cultural mindset that says you have to be a certain way to be beautiful. You are beautiful. You are a masterpiece. You have been created by God. You look a certain way because God's your master craftsman, and He created you that way for a purpose. And the shell that you live in belongs to Him, and He has given it to you to steward. Be very, very important. It's very important for you to recognize that your shell has been given to you by God to steward. Psalms 139 verse 14, the psalmist writes, I will give thanks and praise to you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Wonderful are your works, and my soul knows it very well. Wonderful are your works. I am fearfully and wonderfully made, and wonderful are your works. My soul knows it. Who knows it? My soul knows it full well. My emotional center knows this because my spirit tells it. You are wonderfully made. Now listen. We need to tell our emotional center when we go into comparison, we go into some of these traps that the world or the enemy causes us to fall into, that we tell our emotional center, I am fearfully and wonderfully made. It's very important how we speak to our own bodies, how we speak to our own selves, because when we fall into the world's mindset about our bodies and we fall into self-rejection, it causes an abusive spirit to be integrated towards our own selves. And that gives way or open doors to self-rejection, to depression, to discontent, to abuse. And we want to close those doors, and we close them by receiving the word of the Lord that my body is wonderfully made. Our words matter. We are to bless, not curse our bodies. Proverbs 18:21 says, death and life is in the power of the tongue. You are responsible as a Holy Spirit-filled person to bless your body and not curse it. You are the temple of the Holy Spirit. 1 Corinthians 6:19 says this. Don't you know that your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit? What is? Your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit. Don't you dare criticize that temple that He has made. Now, here's some takeaways. Let the Holy Spirit confront you on your relationship to your body, to your physical body, to the way that you look. Let the Holy Spirit confront you today. Are you blessing it or are you cursing it? Let your mind be renewed today. You know, if you have self-rejection or you tend to make fun of your body, there's a criticism about your body, that is not of the Lord. No matter how it may be acceptable to people around you, today the Holy Spirit is saying that is not acceptable to me. I am your craftsman. I am your architect. And I don't want you criticizing what I have made. Have you struggled with managing your body? Are you abusing your body? Are you neglecting your body? Are you treating it in a way that you've neglected it? In other words, you ignore it. You say, well, it's not important. My spirit's important, but my body's not important. That is not true. Your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit. You need to confront yourself and say, have I been neglecting my body? Is it like a building that the Lord has given to me, a possession that the Lord has given to me, and I'm neglecting it, and I'm allowing the weeds and the erosion of my body, and I'm not cultivating and nurturing it? Are you allowing squatters in your body? Today is the day that you are to confront yourself about your relationship with your shell, your body. You know what? You are to walk in the shalom of God. You are to walk in the agreement, and that means body, mind, soul, and spirit. The Lord commands blessing in unity. He commands blessing in the shalom of God, and He wants you to be fully favored, fully blessed, walked in power and authority. And yes, that means in relationship to your body. Let the Holy Spirit transform your mind about your body, about your shell today. I love you. I bless you. And the Lord's favor shines on you.